Today I'm working on a 2013 Volkswagen GTI. I made a video about this a couple weeks ago, kind of showing the symptom. This guy came in originally because the car was overheating about 2 weeks ago, and that's all he really noticed. He said the interior heat didn't work and the car was overheating. So I went to pull the little drive belt cover off that drives the water pump, and noticed that the balance shaft wasn't turning when I turned the front crank sprocket. So at that point I knew there was something going on with the balance shafts. So now I pulled the timing chain off this morning and have it all kind of out in the open, and you can see the balance shaft actually just snapped right off. So the balance shaft chain broke, and kind of whipped around and did some damage. Broke this a lot of the guide material. It also damaged the guide material for the main timing chain, but the car was still running, still in time, so mechanically I think it's okay. The balance shafts, they seized, so that's what caused this. It wasn't just the chain didn't just fail randomly. The balance shaft seized, and coincidentally, well, not coincidentally, the cause of this on this is typically this little cam bridge plate that connects the intake and the exhaust cam. There's a little screen right here, and the screen is broken out, and that material is completely missing. Many times that when you see this, you can kind of catch it because it'll be stuck on the other side up against the cylinder head, and you can just pick out the pieces and pry this out of here, and then you'll be good when you're doing a timing chain job. But this one, the screen is nowhere to be found, so I'm sure it's in the oil feed for the balance shafts. So once I get the balance shafts out of here, pull the oil pan down, and find all of the debris, get the balance shafts out, I'm going to go into the holes on the cylinder head, the oil passage that plugs into here, and blow compressed air into it and see if I can get all the rest of the screen material out before I put this thing back together. But yeah, it's kind of a strange thing. I've seen this many times where the engine just seizes altogether, depending on when it happens, I guess. I've had them before where they just get so restricted where the engine just won't start, because it's starting to drag it down so hard. But this one was running when it kind of welded itself together, the balance shaft bearings. So that's why it just snapped like this. But yeah, so I think it's savable. It's going to be a lot of work, but yeah, so something to kind of look out for. Seemed like it was just going to end up being a simple car overheating kind of job, thermostat stuck or something like that, but not the case. So obviously I'm going to have to replace all these sprockets, both balance shafts, the main crank sprocket here, and going to do the updated chain. Still have the original chain in it, which is kind of interesting too. For around 100-something thousand miles, you would expect that would those usually start to stretch pretty bad at that point. But yeah, so it'll get a bunch of new stuff, fish out all the old material. Some of the stuff that's a little bit concerning is some of these metal links. You can see they're kind of hanging down, so I hope the pins aren't floating in the between the upper oil pan or in the sump somewhere. So I'm gonna have to do some digging, but that's it. Hope everybody's New Year's going good so far. That's it. Figured out to add this on real quick. I did remove the balance shaft. Pretty easy to get out of there. Once you pull the little sprocket off the back that runs the water pump, then you can, it's reverse thread too. That's very important to know. And then you can just slip this right out the front. So just I got a little screwdriver behind it. Comes out pretty easy. The whole bearing housing altogether is replaced with the balance shaft, which is nice. So there's not a whole lot to it. Just got to make sure the oil passages inside there are nice. And yeah, this is what happened. This aluminum bearing housing seized up. The screen got plugged in there, and the screen went in. That's the next stop after that cam bridge, so it goes directly into this and restricts the oil supply to it, and then you get a seizure like this. So that's it. Thanks for watching.